Sports rehabilitation, where setbacks become comebacks and every step forward is a victory. Hello everyone, I'm your host Dalvinder Kaur from Lovely Professional University. Get ready to dive into today's topic, that is AI in sports rehabilitation. Before we proceed further, allow me to introduce the experts of the day, Dr. Kuljeet Kaur, physiotherapist. She is a highly skilled physiotherapist with extensive experience with a strong background in ICU, IPD, and OPD. Dr. Kuljeet brings a wealth of knowledge in physiotherapy procedures for orthopedic, neurological, and many more. So now I would like to introduce Ms. Sakshi Sadhu, physiotherapist, Assistant Professor, Department of Physiotherapy, LPU, a dynamic professional with 12 years of experience in academics and clinical practice. As a sports physiotherapist and certified yoga instructor, Ms. Sakshi brings a unique blend to expertise to our webinar. So now I would like to introduce the admission nominee also in this webinar, Mr. Pankaj Vij. Mr. Pankaj Vij, Head Department of TIAPS Division of Admission, LPU. He is having 18 years of experience in multiple domains, including teaching, training, and operations. He is taking up the eligibility, scholarship, fee structure, and infrastructure part of the university. Before we proceed further in today's session, I would like to request everyone for any questions you can write in the chat box or Q&A box, and same will be addressed in the end of this webinar. And now I hand over the things to Dr. Kuljeet Kaur, and it would be an absolute delight to listen from her. Over to you, ma'am.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dr. Kuljeet Kaur. I'm a physiotherapist at Sunny Physiotherapy and Child Rehabilitation Center. Currently, I'm working at Sunny Physiotherapy and Child Rehabilitation Center. And I had an admission in LPU took admission in LPU at 2016, and it was a really overwhelmed and great experience in the LPU University. The encounter I had with my professors was really educated and good, and I took through a scholarship, and it was a great immense opportunity for me to take part in such a big university. As from the background I have, like, the scholarship I had, it was provided me the scholarship. The university has provided me the scholarship, and it was really great opportunity for me to being in the part of such great university with such great opportunities that I took. And the infrastructure, the labs, the everything was so educated and so good. And even the infrastructure, in even the paintings, even the block I was studying in 3A block. My block was physiotherapy department, the 3A block. The most unique and the most beautiful infrastructure the block had. And now the great opportunities for this students of this, I have the year students, is really, now I have came to get to know that the university has got NAC plus registration. It is really great opportunity for students of this batch 2023-2024, and they are very lucky, and they got the placement. They will have the placement that we used to have was also really good. The placement they are going to have is also really good. Placement opportunities, the way, and the staff, the meeting with the classes, and the actually PPTs, everything, the study material, everything was so educated. What I am right now, what I'm here, actually I have worked right now through LPU. I have worked at DMC Hospital and Trauma Center, SGL Hospital. I worked at many, and when I was a student, I worked through many clinical posting I went through. I had an various hospital I went through during my postings. I went to all of the Jalandhar hospitals. It has really been a great opportunity that LPU has been in connect with all the Jalandhar hospital that I've been able to work with. I've been able to learn from different hospital, get an experience from different hospital. It was all because of this university. And right now, where I am right now, it's really overwhelming that I am representing the university in AI sports and webinar rehabilitation through Sakshi ma'am. Sakshi ma'am has been my mentor from the beginning. Sakshi ma'am was my project head. The way I learned from her was really good, and lucky to be Thank you so much for what I am here today because of this professors and the lovely professional university. Thank you so much. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, ma'am. So now I would request Miss Sakshi Sadhu to be on the screen. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible. You can
Thank you.
continue.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. Kuljeet, would love to take the compliments from you. Thank you so much. It was an immense pleasure to introduce you and to teach you as well. So thank you so much. So we are here to talk about the AI rehabilitation in the sports. So as we are all aware that the sports industry is a vast industry. Right now, we are having so many opportunities in the sports industry and particularly in the physiotherapy field. If we are talking about the physiotherapy field, so sports is considered to be as a part which is just on a different scale. So we will be having a different branch which is particularly concerning about the sports only. So sports rehabilitation is meant for the athletes in order to enhance their recovery. Or particularly when we talk about the sports rehabilitation, the athletes when they get injured, we will be having the rehabilitation plan for them, and then we need to take them from one point to the another point of their journey. So that is a vast on a different scale. We have to talk about the sports rehabilitation. But now adding to like AI rehabilitation in the sports industry is just on the different scale. So I would like to cover these topics in my presentation. That is about, I'm going to introduce about the AI in the sports rehabilitation. Then the second point is about the current challenges which we are facing in the sports rehabilitation. Then we will be talking about the application of the AI in the sports industry or the rehabilitation industry. Then we will be talking about the challenges and the opportunities, and then we will be talking about the future scopes or the direction. So the objective of this presentation is to talk about the artificial intelligence in the sports rehabilitation, which is applied having its application benefits, or we will talk about the challenges as well as the future perspectives. So, in terms of the sports rehabilitation, the sports rehabilitation plays a crucial role in the athlete's recovery as well as the performance enhancement. But adding artificial intelligence is a revolutionizing in this field, which offers the advanced tools for the personalized care as well as the data-driven decision making. So there is an article by the Vishal Desai, who is an MD in the Department of the Radiology. So he described that the artificial intelligence has shown the tremendous growth over the last decade. This article has been published recently, and he has talked about the AI rehabilitation, about the future of the AI rehabilitation in the sports medicine and the return to the play. So if we are talking about the journey of a sports person from the injury part to coming back to again to the play, so there will be a 4 phases. So he talked about the artificial intelligence in that particular return to the play industry. So he described that the ability of the AI to synthesize a large amount of the complex data automatically allows healthcare provider to access the previously unavailable metrics and thus enhance and personalize the patient care. So these innovations include the AI-assisted diagnostic tools, prediction models, and the treatment pathways, and various tools for the workflow optimization. So the extension of the AI into the sports medicine is still early. So we are still lacking behind in order to get more from it. Okay. So we have developed that the AI has developed into the predicting and preventing the athlete injury. So it's not only about performance, it's not only about rehabilitation, it can also help in the prediction as well. So from the very beginning, from the A to Z, so when we are talking about in terms of the AI rehabilitation, so AI rehabilitation helps us in the prediction, then in terms of treatment, and then in terms of a diagnosis as well. So we can divide it into the three sectors, from the first to the last. We can be able to predict the things, we will be able to diagnose the things, as well as we will be able to treat the things as well with the help of the AI rehabilitation. But before, likewise, we were having the traditional methods. We were not able to predict the things or the sense things. Just like in the human beings, we are having the sense organs to sense the things. So AI is becoming a sense organ for us to carry on the function properly. So we can say the sports rehabilitation was lacking the sense in the beginning, and AI is just acting as a sense organ to predict the things from the very beginning before happening that thing. So, but when we talk about in order to AI, there are certain challenges we are still facing about the AI, because there is, just like we talk about the data integration, there is a huge lot of data by the wearable devices or the biomedical tools or the health records which are to be maintained. So we are having we will be facing those kind of the data integration problems. So then comes the personalization. So tailored kind of rehabilitation plans or for the individual athlete needs. So they are being needed by it. So then we are having some kind of the resource constraints. So limited number of the resources or the advanced technologies are still there, as well as the trained personnel, we are still lacking behind it. Then comes the ethical concerns. So there are the challenges that is ensuring the data privacy, consent and the fairness. So then comes your advanced based practice. So we have to validate before application. There should be a validation of whatever the intervention or the clinical research we need to apply. And there is one more challenge, that is your interdisciplinary collaboration. So that means we need eventually a proper coordination among the different diverse healthcare professionals, because sports rehabilitation is not a concern of a physiotherapist only. We need some specialized physicians, then we need the occupational therapist, we need the physiotherapist, sports rehabilitator, we need the several people who are going to work together. So it's a kind of a challenge to have all these people on a similar platform or a similar ground. So we are still facing these kind of the problems. So where the application of the AI exists in the sports rehabilitation. First is biomechanical analysis. So we are having an analysis part because we need to predict the things, or we need to give the treatment to the people. So assessment part is very essential. So the application of the AI in the sports rehabilitation includes your biomechanical analysis, then personalized rehabilitation plans, real-time monitoring with the wearables, then injury predictions and the prevention, performance optimization, and then comes your rehabilitation progress tracking, and then comes your return to the play decision support. So these are the areas which the AI can cover in the sports rehabilitation. So when we talk about in terms of the biomechanical analysis are having these kind of things. So it includes the injury risk, it includes your performance optimization, it includes your rehab plan, it includes your preventive measures, as well as the real-time feedback. So it starts always with the assessment of your performance. Okay, then when we find that there is some kind of the lacking behind it, we are going to rehabilitate the person. And then we can also give him some kind of the preventive measures in order to avoid some kind of the injuries. So these can be done on a real time, just like we are wearing some kind of the like smartwatches. Smartwatch is also a part of your AI in the sports industry, because smartwatch gives us a real time your heart rate, your blood pressure, or your like how much steps you are going to cover. Those are all the sensor based, and the sensors, they are the like a part of the AI only. So these can be done with the help of these particular things. Likewise, we are having the motion capture system, we are having the force plates, we are having the inertial measurement units, which include your sensor systems, your gyroscopes, your accelerometers. So these are part of your all AI. We are having the EMGs right now, which are going to track the real time muscle activity with the help of the sensors only. There are the pressure measurement system to measure the whole your plantar pressure area. Then there are the gait analysis systems, which are going to check any kind of the problems which are related to your gait or the walking or a jumping, all these things. And there are certain softwares like your R or your Python. They are all helpful in the data analysis. So these are considered to be as the AI tools which help us in our sports industry or the sports rehabilitation. So unless and until we are not able to find out the cause, we will not be able to rehabilitate. And if it's always being said that the prevention is better than the cure. So why we are waiting for a problem to happen? Why not to predict out the chances of injury beforehand only? So the AI is helping us in that kind of parameters because we are going for the prediction models. We are making up the prediction models in order to find out the rate of the injury, in order to find out the factors which are like influencing the industry in this injury. So these are all the AI based. Traditional methods were not so much capable of giving us these kind of results, and even we are lacking in these kind of things in the traditional setups. So if we are including the AI in our sports industry, it will be on a different scale. So we are all aware about the matches which are going on, and we are able to see it again and again. We are able to see it on the replay mode. So let's imagine we are having a player on a field and he got injured. By the various kind of the recorders which are all over the stadium, that will help us to know the pattern of the injury a player is having, and we will be able to find out the fault in the technique, or we will be able to find out any of the biomechanical fault which is existing in that particular player to give a proper rehabilitation. So in the beforehand, likewise in 30 years back or 40 years back, we were not having these kind of the technologies. So there was a lot of injuries which were happening around, but nowadays the injury rate has been diminished as compared to the previous time. So if we are talking about the personalized rehabilitation plan, so by using these kind of the AI techniques, we will be able to collect the data, analyze the data, then go for the individual assessment. So likewise, if I'm going to give you an example, that everyone around us will not be having the same food habits. Everyone will be taking the different quantity of the food, or everyone will be having the different choice or the preference of the food. The similar way, whenever we are going to plan any kind of the rehabilitation programs, they should be tailored or they should be personalized. So unless and until we are not going to take the real time data or real time data analysis, we will not be able to personalize these kind of the rehabilitation programs. So by the help of the AI, we will be able to just get these kind of the information according to the individual needs. Then we will be able to prescribe the exercises for them. And if we are having the motion sensors or the smartwatches which are AI built, or some kind of the wearables which are AI built, that will help us to note down the progress and the adaptation a person has been getting over the time. And we will be getting a constant feedback as well as the guidance from these. So likewise, if I am sleeping for a prolonged time, so my sensors, they are going to give me the information that your sleeping pattern or sleeping time has been exceeded. Experience in the form of a pastime. So we are always like privileged to get the AI into the sports industry. So we can get the long term benefits from it, and maintenance records from the AI. So there is one of the article which has been published in the Sensor Journal, that is about the development of the wearable device for controlling the digital rehabilitation as well as the fitness data from the lower limb. So this article has been describing about the fitness programs or the rehabilitation programs by wearing the devices, by wearing the wearables which are AI built, and that is giving us the information about that particular person, that how his activity or how his motions or how his range of motion has been calculated. So it is giving us a real time experience and the adaptability about what are the changes which are going around in that particular athlete. So this device was being built up by them in order to get the real time information. So one more, in terms of the prediction, we are very well aware that there are several prediction models available, particularly the sports injury prediction models are available, which are based upon the machine learning. There are several several ways of calculation, just like we talked about the statistical method or the data analysis. So machine learning is a form of the AI which helps us in the prediction model. There are several other prediction model applications, just like decision trees are there, or the Python will be helpful in order to predict out the injuries. So what we are going to do, we are going to build a database, and around that database, we are going to build a prediction model. So the only thing which you need to do is, next time you are going to enter your information and it is going to predict out whether you are having any chances of getting injured or not. So isn't it better rather than getting the injury and then we going to go for the rehabilitation? So it is beforehand we are going to know about the real cause, or we can say we will be getting the information about how we are getting injured and how we can improve it over the time. So this will be helpful. So apart from these, it's very helpful. There are certain challenges as well as the opportunities which we are having. The most important thing is about the data privacy concerns, because lot of data is there and there are chances that the data can get leaked over, like there is privacy concerns are always there. So we need to have the further researches in it, and continuous innovation should be there in order to get the more advancement in the sports rehabilitation. So we are still lacking behind. So, or like day to day, we should be working on it. More things should be explored in the AI rehabilitation, because only we are working on the sensors and we are working on like prediction models. So we should be working on the more spectrum rather than using any kind of the traditional method. We should be using the methods which are having the AI built, and those are going to store, because in traditional ways we are not able to store the information for a longer time duration. So these AI built methods, just like chat GPT, so it's very much handy because it is built like it's having the inbuilt feature of your, that it just only gives a sort of a keyword and it's going to give you all the information about it. So now we can get that, like more we are having involving it in the sector of the sports rehabilitation, less number of the injuries will be there. So it will be a wonderful achievement in terms of your sports rehab. Now the future directions, just like we talk about, so AI holds the potential to transform the sports rehabilitation through the continuous innovation, as well as like the COVID hit. We were not able to go to the gyms, or we were not able to go to the sports field. So at the time, we found a different perspective or a different aspect in terms of a tele rehab. So we can get a virtual coaching, the coach which are sitting at the international platform, or which are way beyond our reach. We can get directly consultation from those kind of coaches, or we can get the data from the several the far away areas in order to get the precise information. So we can work on these perspectives to get the more insight into the AI. So only the thing is that we need to we need to continuously work on these perspectives. Now, talking about, I'm going to conclude about it. So AI is reshaping the sports rehabilitation, offering the personalized care and the data-driven insights to optimize the athlete performance and the recovery. So emphasize the importance of the embedding the AI technology for continual improvement in the sports rehabilitation practices. So I myself am working on the AI platforms from the past 3 or 4 years. I'm continuously working on it and working on the prediction models. So I found it so amazing, and I'm just amazed every single time that what other technologies we can implement in it, and what other things we can develop, or we can patent the ideas regarding these kind of things. So it's just like a wonderful thing that on everyday basis we are developing something new in terms of the sports industry. So people will be getting not only the sports industry, people will be getting less injured, and it will be a betterment for the like it's a kind of a social like betterment for the social cause only. So we will be able to rehabilitate more and more number of the people. If we are sitting across the like seven seas, we are still able to rehabilitate them with the help of the virtual reality, with the help of not only these kind of concerns are there. There are several other concerns, psychological concerns are there. So we will be working continuously for the upliftment of the sports personally. So that's all for the day. Thank you so much. We will be waiting for the questions if anyone is having any of the questions regarding these things.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So it was
Thank
wonderful delight for discuss on current challenges in sports rehabilitation, applications of AI in sports rehabilitation, challenges and opportunities. Thank you so much, ma'am. So now I would request to Mr. Pankaj Vij to be on the screen. Over to you, sir.
Right. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Dalvinder ma'am. And Sakshi ma'am, that was a very futuristic approach that you talked about in terms of sports. Well, obviously, physiotherapy is, we can say it's one of the pillars of sports. If physiotherapists are not working around the clock, then sports industry or the sports sector is bound to be hit really hard. And you showed a very futuristic aspect of sports physiotherapy with the advent of AI into it. So that was really a very good insight into the specific topic. I'm very sure the people who are watching this broadcast would be fascinated by what you told. Now let me just shift the topic a little bit, though it will be quite relevant. But I would like to tell the students who are watching this broadcast that the technical aspect of the topic have been discussed by Ms. Sakshi, and now I'm going to talk about what you can expect when you come to the university. What should be, what can a student, kind of expect when he or she comes to the university. So this is what you can expect in terms of infrastructure, in terms of scholarships, in terms of other things, what you can expect. Just give me a moment. Right. Okay. I guess my screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Right. Great. So starting off, the specifications of the university as to what you can expect when you come to the university, or the things to watch out when you join a particular university. Number one, accreditations and approvals. What is the kind of accreditations and approvals that you should have? And let me show you what we have. So this is the kind of accreditations and approvals that we have got. We are a NAC A++ university, and we have a score of 3.68 on a scale of 4 points. Which makes us as the highest scorer in the first cycle of accreditation amongst all government and the private universities. So we are an NAC A++ university. These are some of the other approvals that we have got. We have approvals from Accreditation Council of Business Schools. This is for management programs. We have got approval from the Indian Council for Agriculture Research, ICAR. We have got approval from UGC, even the distance education. We have got approval from National Council for Teacher Education, which is for the B.Ed, M.Ed programs, and so on and so forth. And but the most important, which is relevant to this particular webinar, is the approval from the Indian Association of Physiotherapists. So we have been approved by this Association of Indian Physiotherapists. So the courses are absolutely spot on, and they are approved by the relevant council. We are also a member of the prestigious Association of the Indian Universities and quite a few other international bodies that you see on your screen. Followed by this, placements. Well, placements, yet another important aspect. The last step of any student in a university is the placements. And you saw one of our alumni who was initially speaking to you, Dr. Kuljeet. She spoke about the placements and everything. And she's our alumni, and she has been placed by us in one of the good organizations, as she herself told you. So similarly, what you're seeing on your screen are the kind of placements that we have provided to the students. Packages as high as 3 crores, multiple lakhs with industry giants. So this is the kind of placements that we try to facilitate for our students. That's the 1 crore club of our LP students. Extracurricular activities, well, we are talking about sports, and sports is an integral part of academics, and extracurricular activities are as important as academics. Quite recently in the Khelo India Games, we were the runner-ups. We were the runner-ups in the Khelo India Games, in the university games. Bajrang Punia, Neeraj Chopra, Manpreet Singh, the former captain of the Indian hockey team, which brought the bronze medal for India in the Tokyo Olympics. They all are our students. So it's not only that we are creating academicians or we are creating researchers, we are also creating sports people and the cultural people of repute, pan-India, across the world. Another aspect of exposure, the year was 2019, and we hosted the 106th edition of the Indian Science Congress, and which was inaugurated by none other than the Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji. So he has been to the campus. This is His Holiness the Dalai Lama, who was here a few years back giving away degrees in one of the convocation ceremonies. 2 former presidents of India and Afghanistan shared the same stage and gave away degrees to the students in yet another convocation ceremony. Former Finance Minister of India, late Shri Arun Jaitley ji, was here a few years back. He inaugurated a startup school. Venkaiah Naidu ji, the former Vice President of India, was in the campus in 2018, and he gave away degrees to the students in one of the convocation ceremonies over there. These people also thronged the campus, intellects such as Gauhar Gopal Das. He was in the campus some time back, and he delivered live sermons to the students, to the parents, to the teachers, and shared his intellect with all of us. Yes, these people also throng the campus. They also come to the campus, yes, to sing and to dance and to entertain, but not only to sing and dance and entertain, but also share their experiences with the students, because for students, these people are their real-time heroes, and they do pay attention to what they say. So this is the kind of exposure we believe in giving to our students when you come to the campus. Another aspect of academics is the infrastructure. And let me show you a sneak peek into the infrastructure of the university. What you're seeing is a marvel of a building. We have got a whole lot of them. We have got more than 50 blocks in constructed blocks in the university. And this is once again a marvel of a building, 14 blocks joined back to back. And it houses the central library of the university, plus quite a few other departments. That's the auditorium of the university, a capacity of 2,500 people in a single go. These are the kind of labs that we have got. What you're seeing is the computer lab, and we have got labs for almost all the disciplines which require labs. That's the central library. Every department has its own, and all the libraries are automated. Next, followed by that, we have got a 600-acre campus, and at the heart of the campus, we have got a mall. Let's go inside the mall. This is the interior of the mall. We have got stores where students can buy their stuff. We have got gymnasiums where students can remain physically fit with good instructors. We have got recreational facilities such as bowling alleys. So it's a 600-acre worth of a city that we have on National Highway number 44. Very much accessible, very much approachable. God forbid any student falls ill, but if a student falls ill, we have got equipped hospital with us, and it's a 25-bedder hospital. And we have got resident doctors, medical staff. We even have a dental chair. We have a physiotherapy clinic at the campus where the patients are treated. Even the faculty members and the students can walk into that particular physiotherapy clinic and get their treatment done by very, very experienced faculties and very experienced practicing physiotherapists. Once again, this is the open air theater in the university. That's a panoramic view of the university. Then we are a very clean and a very green university. And a few years back, we were awarded as one of the cleanest university campus in India by the Ministry of Human Resources, Government of India. A night vision of the university. Let me show you some of the infrastructure when it comes to sports. Sports is the epicenter of the discussion today. We have got Olympic-sized swimming pools. We have got shooting ranges. We have got courts of all sorts, badminton, volleyball, basketball, you name a court, you get it. Even a squash court at your disposal. That's an aerial view of the university. And this is where we train our sports people. Time, more than 25,000 students can put up in the hostel facility. Boys and girls hostel facility is totally separate. They are separate hostel facilities we have got for boys and girls, but everything is within the 600-acre worth of a campus. Students, now I like to take you online and show you how you can check out the eligibility and everything of the university. Let me take you to the university website. I hope the website is visible to all.
Yes, sir.
So, right. So that's the website, and lpu.in. Once you go to lpu.in, you go to the admissions section. Any student who is fetching for courses after 12th will go over here. Anybody fetching for programs after graduation will go over here. So if I want to search for a program called as BPT, Bachelor's of Physiotherapy, then after 12th, I go to the regular program section. I click it over here. And as soon as I click over here, I'll be going to the next page. Once I go to the next page, it shows me an array of programs, and I go to physiotherapy. I'm taken to Bachelor's of Physiotherapy, which is 4.5 years program. I click on it, and it shows me the details of Bachelor's of Physiotherapy. I just scroll down, and first comes the eligibility of the program. The eligibility of the program is pass with 60% marks in aggregate in 12th with English, physics, chemistry, and biology, plus LPNS. That's a national level test which the student has to give in order to take admission into the physiotherapy program, or a student can clear the CUET, which is the national level exam. So that's the eligibility. You want to check out the fee structure, you just click it over here, and this is the fee structure of the program. The basic fee of the program is 80,000 per semester. And there are a lot of scholarships on it. Say somebody has 80 to 89% marks in 12th, or is in the LPNest category 3. LPNest is a national level exam, as I told you. So if you appear for the LPNest exam, you are in cutoff 3, or you have scored 80 to 89% marks in your 12th standard, you get a 30% scholarship. And the fee goes down to 56,000 rather than 80,000. If somebody has 90 to 94.99% marks, there's a 35% scholarship. Or if a student has cutoff 2 in LPNest, once again, there's a 35% scholarship. Fee goes down to 52,000. Similarly, if somebody has 95 or above percentage of marks in 12th, or a category 1 in the LPNest exam, there's a scholarship of 40%. So scholarship is in the range of 30, 35, and 40. And once any of these scholarships is administered to a student, it remains the same way throughout the course of the program. So your fee will never go up. Whatever scholarship has been given to you, it freezes for the next 4.5 years, whatever is the duration of your program. So that's the fee structure of the program. There are other scholarships that we are offering. These are the scholarships on the basis of marks in 12th and LPU-Nest. But there are other scholarships that we have got, and I just click this particular option of scholarships, and I'm taken to the section of scholarships. So these are some of the other scholarships that we have got. We have already seen we have got scholarships on the basis of marks in 12th, LPU Nest. Even there's a scholarship on the basis of NEET. Somebody's qualified NEET with good marks. There's a scholarship for such students as well. And there are some other scholarships as well, like somebody has started an entrepreneur, some innovations, some startups. On the basis of that, there's a scholarship. Somebody has participated in cultural activities, sports, curricular, co-curricular activities. There's a scholarship on the basis of that as well. Somebody is a board topper amongst the top 20 board toppers of a board exam. We have got scholarships for such students as well. And then there are certain financial aids where we give some scholarships. There's a fee reduction in this case. Like somebody is from a humble economic background, such student can apply for a financial aid-based scholarship. Somebody's father or mother is working with the armed forces or central police forces, such students also are in for a scholarship. And if a student is, God forbid, orphan or a disabled student, such a student is also in for a scholarship on the basis of this social status. So there are ample lot of scholarships that we are offering to our students so that the economic aspect is not a hindrance in the education of the young students who are aspiring to become physiotherapists or maybe engineers or maybe doctors or maybe any specific field, management or anything of that sort. If you have any specific queries, you can always contact us. You can take down the contact numbers and the other details where you can speak to our professionals, to our counselors. That's our helpline number. You can note down these helpline numbers: 01824517000. You can even write to us on the email ID, which is admissions@lpu.co.in, and your questions will be answered. If it is via phone call, then we'll answer your queries there and then. If it is an email, then you'll receive your answers via an email. I guess the information provided by me was helpful for the students. And on that particular note, I'd like to transfer the reins back to Dalvinder ma'am. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Mr. Pankaj Vij. As I can see, there are some questions from our participants. Thanks for giving me chance to address your questions. Now let's start with the question number 1. Can we start, sir? Ms. Sakshi?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. The first question is from Arav. How is this question is for Sakshi Sadhu ma'am. How is the artificial intelligence being integrated into sports rehabilitation practices to enhance recovery outcomes?
Okay. Name,
Over to you, ma'am.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Could I know the name of the participant?
You're not audible, ma'am.
Ma'am, am I audible?
Yes, you're audible now.
Okay, could I know the name of the participant, please, once again, and know the question again, please?
The question is from Arav, and
Okay.
the question is, how is the artificial intelligence being integrated into sports rehabilitation practices to enhance recovery outcomes?
Okay. First of all, Arav, thank you so much. I would like to say that whenever we talk about in terms of enhancing the performance outcome of a player, we always, first of all, assess the things. So in order to go for the assessment, we are using several type of variables which are integrated, or we can say the sensor-based devices we are going to use for the players, which helps us for the assessment. And then in order to just carry on the functioning of a player, we give him the customized programs, or we can say the tailored programs, which are personalized basically. So those we can build up with the help of the AIs, and which are integrated by the human beings as well. They are tailored basically. So after that, we track the progress of that particular athlete in the long run. So we just compare whatever the person was having from the very beginning and what the progression he got on the later stages. So that can be kept in a proper tracked manner with the help of the wearables or some kind of the equipments which are AI built itself. So we can use the equipments for the rehabilitation programs which are AI built as well.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
And the next question is from Megha to Pankaj sir. How LPU is better option than other universities in India?
Well, you see, it's not about comparison. We are keeping our standards high. We have always kept our standards high from the very beginning. But a few things with which we stand apart from as compared to maybe our competitors is that one thing which I've already told you that I'm talking about fee and scholarship. So obviously, my domain is that particular aspect. The biggest thing that a student gets when it comes to the money matters is that when you take admission with LPU, we don't raise your fee. Whatever fee is at the onset of your program or at the entry level remains the same way throughout the program in most of the cases. So we don't raise your fees. So that's one of the aspects. Other aspect which is of prime importance is that whatever is being taught to you is being applied in the market. So we regularly, Sakshi ma'am will absolutely agree with me. She's into academics that we upgrade our syllabi, we upgrade our curriculum on a regular basis. So it's not
Every
that
semester.
the student has been taught something else and the market is practicing something else. That's that we don't have that gap within industry and academics. We have worked very hard to bridge that gap between academia and industry so that the student does not feel cheated that I had learned something else in I learned some other technology in the university but something else is being practiced in the market. And today's webinar is probably one of the best examples of this aspect that we are talking about AI in physiotherapy. What else can we talk about when it comes to curricula? So this is the kind of curriculum that we teach to our students. So your fee gets locked. Your curriculum is of absolute impeccable standards, and we try to place our students as best as possible, and we try to train the student to become a good professional so that he can build a great career for himself and herself so that they can do nation building for the country as a whole.
Thank you so much, sir. As I can see, there is one question for Ms. Sakshi Sadhu ma'am from Gurpreet Kaur. What specific AI technologies are being utilized in sports rehabilitation and how do they improve the assessment, treatment, and monitoring process for athletes?
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am. As such, I have already narrated these things in my presentation itself. That in terms of the assessment, there are certain, like if we talk about in our department only, so we are having the force plates. The force plate help us to analyze the plantar pressure. They are having the inbuilt sensors. Number of means you can say the lakhs of the sensors which are present on the platform, so which help us to determine the plantar pressure of a person. So if somebody is having like from A to Z, we will say talk about the population. That is the adult or the we say about the sports population, or we talk about the old age or the elderly population. Everybody, we analyze them on that platform and we will get to know that whether their plantar pressure is distributed or not. So that is the one example we can give in terms of the assessment. The next example which we can give is your sensors. So just like we are having the gyroscopes or we are having the accelerometer, which will help us to determine the your acceleration as well as the velocity, or we can say the speed by which you are walking or you are jumping, we are able to know about it. So we are having the sensors in the LPU department itself. We are having the podometer, which is AI built itself. So number of softwares are there. Postural correction softwares are there, or the postural analyzers are there, which will be helpful in analysis of these kind of the problems which we are facing on the daily life. Let's take an example of an athlete suffering from any kind of the shoulder injury or a back injury. He will be having disturbance in his posture. So naturally, with the help of your posture software, that we will be able to determine it. Okay, so we will be able to know the fault in him, and then we will build a rehabilitation protocol for him. Either we are going with the man-made protocols, or we are going with the AI-built protocols. That totally depends upon what your preference is. So then we can analyze or track or keep the records by keeping his data safely with the help of the AIs. So that will be helpful in the long run to know about the progress of that particular person, because the information which we are getting from the patient assessment, that is being safely stored in that particular system, or we can say that particular software. And on the next time, we will be able to compare, because there are the several options in the comparison mode where we can compare the progress of a person. So those are the AI built only. Man-made, we cannot do it like we have to write it down on a paper or we have to write it down on an Excel. We will not be able to track the progress. But with the help of the AI, we will be able to track the progress of a person. So I hope you got my answer for the question.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I hope all the participants got their answers from our experts. So as we come to the end of this webinar, I want to extend a heartfelt thanks to our esteemed experts for sharing their valuable insights and expertise with us. Your contributions have truly enriched our discussions and inspired us all. On the behalf of all attendees of this webinar, I would like to thank all for your insightful participation. Hopefully, the attendees found this webinar to be valuable and will be able to utilize this information for better decision making regarding their admissions. If anyone wants to access this webinar, they can visit our website lpu.in or can be assessed on YouTube also. Stay connected with us for future webinars. Until we meet again, with the permission of my seniors, I would be signing off this webinar. Have a nice day. Thank you so much.
Thank you.